like it is on these borders. This up again, down again border yo-yo is driving the public nuts. Now, it wasn't that long ago, as the vaccine was almost with us, that Queensland's Chief Health Officer, Jeanette Young, put the yo-yo back in the toy box.
But we know how to manage them. We know what we need to do. So we can very rapidly respond, but not have to close everything down as we had to do back in March.
Yeah, not have to close everything like we had to do last year. No need to close borders now. So why did they close them 3 days ago? Well, yesterday, Jeanette Young told reporters that she had to recommend closing borders because the cases had become too many. That was when Queensland had just half a dozen positive cases in 2 separate clusters and had to tell 1,000 people to isolate. The cases were too many. How many people work in Queensland Health? 5? It's just panic-stricken, lily-livered lockdown philosophy which forced tens of thousands of families to cancel trips, spend hours on the phone to seek refunds. It washed millions of travel dollars down the toilet for hotels, restaurants and tourism operators. Just absolutely destructive. And of course, all the usual nervous Nelly premiers and chief ministers, they followed suit like sheep. And we keep hearing these ludicrous comparisons with the UK and the US and Europe. Palaszczuk sycophants keep saying, oh, we don't want to end up like the UK or Europe. We don't need another wave. It can easily happen. Well, no, it cannot. Those comparisons are scaremongering. They have no relevance to Australian circumstances. Our international borders are shut, unlike Europe. We quarantine every arrival, unlike most places in Europe. We're an island nation in a very warm season. There can be no wave of infection with those completely different circumstances. In fact, as several epidemiologists have told me here, lockdowns bring people back inside together on top of each other, which can easily spread the virus. The fact that we have shut our international borders should give all of us, businesses in particular, a guarantee that our internal borders will never close. But there was the Queensland Premier today spreading the good news, almost as if the lockdown worked. It had nothing to do with her 3-day lockdown.
Easter is good to go. So, in further good news, after discussions with Dr Young and Police Commissioner and Deputy Police Commissioner, the lockdown will be lifted from 12 noon today.
Easter was always good to go. There was no need for a destructive lockdown of southeast Queensland. Now, next week, CSL will start churning out 1 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine per week. The Prime Minister should demand that all states and territories sign off on an open border guarantee, at the very least from July 1, the start of next financial year. We're sick of it. And with no government handout propping up jobs, businesses, the economy, it's the least Australians should expect.